Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. Today, we're recapping Meta Connect and going over the major disappointment that was the Meta Pro. Before we get into it, I'd love to know in the comments if the Quest Pro was everything you wanted or ended up disappointing. Now you might need to wait till the end of the video for additional context before answering that, so let's get into it. Now this wasn't exactly unexpected, but we finally have confirmation that this is not the Quest 2 successor that many hoped it would be. All the leaks and rumors about it being enterprise focused and that excessive price tag were dead on. On top of this, we also learned that Meta Connect is no longer really for viewers like us. It's a combination of pitch meeting, investor hype train, look into the future, and then just a little dash of the things we're looking for, like VR gaming. It's not all bad news though, and there were one or two major surprises, which I'll break down throughout this video. Now there are of course the links and timestamps to everything we'll be discussing, but before we jump in, this video is brought to you by the upcoming 4-person co-op shooter Gambit. Coming this December to the Meta Quest 2 and Steam with cross-platform support, we're getting a perfect mix of Borderlands meets Left 4 Dead, with 4 unique playable characters, all sporting their own special weapon. There's a wide variety of unlockable guns, skins, attachments, and charms. It also features a 2v2 PvP mode, hidden minigames, global leaderboards, plus plenty of extra features and in-game mechanics. Additionally, they'll have a zombie mode releasing at a later date. So go wishlist Gambit VR right now. So continuing with a very similar tone from last year, Meta Connect will now focus primarily on the metaverse. I'm going to smash the first 30 minutes or so into one main segment here. Basically, they want to expand the metaverse into every inch of our lives. Not only are we getting more content inside of the metaverse, but we'll also be able to access it without the use of a VR headset. Now on the new content front, NBC Studios is working to make virtual experiences based on our favorite TV series. They use The Office and DreamWorks as some of their examples. They also have an official Peacock application coming if that's your preferred streaming platform. Now the rest of that metaverse content revolves around Horizon Worlds. They're giving us plenty of new tools for content creation, including integration with the application Crata. Creators will be able to use TypeScript. You can import tri-mesh items, and you'll also be able to use professional tools like Blender and Maya in part of your Horizon World creations. Basically, they're trying to make Horizon Worlds good. Now, in order to get some more eyeballs on Horizon Worlds, you'll be able to access it outside of VR. You'll eventually be able to create Instagram Reels from right inside of Horizon Worlds, and you'll also be able to join the metaverse from a web-based application. Now, these sound like some great steps forward, but we won't see any of them integrated until sometime next year. Now from here we moved into gaming, which I'm sure is the topic you guys are most interested in, and luckily from there we got 2 surprise announcements. The first one was that Iron Man VR is coming to the Quest 2, and it's actually not far away, releasing in 3 weeks on November 3rd. Unfortunately though, they didn't show any gameplay for some odd reason. It's just a strange move for a game this close to launch. Now we also got a tiny tease for a new game coming from Skydance. That's the studio that gave us Saints and Sinners, and that game's name is Behemoth. But honestly, we just got some snow, a hand in the ground, the title of the game, and nothing else. But they did give us a lot of extra footage and the release date for Saints and Sinners Chapter 2, which is coming on December 1st and is looking pretty excellent. I mean, that one clip at the end where you fall out of the window looks a little bit too good to be true. We also got the full release date of Among Us, which is coming on November 10th, and they also announced that a sandbox mode is coming to Population 1. I think that's a great direction for the game. It already has a solid fan base, and this might open it up to so many more people. But unfortunately, that's all we got when it comes to gaming. No updates on Grand Theft Auto, Assassin's Creed, and sadly my pipe dream of Asgard's Wrath 2 just didn't come true. Now from here, Meta Connect moved into fitness, which is an angle they've been pushing for quite some time. They're releasing a fitness API, so more games can track stats on your athletic performance if they want to. Their subscription-based fitness application Supernatural is getting a knee strike upgrade, which I'm really curious how they're gonna actually pull that off. And they also have a new active pack made for Meta product, which includes a wipeable facial insert, wrist straps, and adjustable knuckle straps. Now from here, they pivoted into VR in the workplace. Basically, if Zoom meetings weren't for you, now you can have them in a virtual environment. And this led us right into the Quest Pro, which if you didn't already know what it was all about, you were most likely really disappointed. All the leaks, rumors, and speculation were spot on, and there's now some additional first-hand accounts up online that you can check out, but they're not painting a very pretty picture or explaining exactly who this device is for. Now, if you're not up to date, here are the specs. The Quest Pro is an enterprise-focused VR headset specializing in pass-through augmented reality. That's done through front-facing, full-color RGB cameras. It also has some new ringless controllers that have their own built-in compute unit and cameras. It includes an Elite-style strap, a charging dock, two little adapters that can work like a stylus, magnetic covers that can be applied to the side of the headset to block some of the light bleed, both facial and eye tracking, and of course those new pancake lenses. Now it's also backlit by a mini LED display, but I'm hearing the perceived difference from the Quest 2 is minimal. It has a new XR2 Plus chip, which can supposedly give it 50% more power, but it's basically downhill from here. The LCD panel resolution is the same as the Quest 2. They also currently only run at 90 Hz, and the expected battery life is only 1 to 2 hours. So for those of you who thought this would be a major increase for gaming, you're dead wrong. And just to hammer that point home, this device starts at $1,500. If you want an attachment that more fully blocks out the light, that's an extra $50 on top of this. Now you may be thinking, well, it has Wi-Fi 6E, so that's going to make PC VR streaming so much better. But it really won't, because there's not a lot of latency over Wi-Fi as it is right now. Most of the delay comes from the encoding and decoding of the compressed image. So if you want to spend nearly quadruple the price for almost no benefit at all, be my guest. But like I've been saying for months now, this is not a headset for gaming. And if that's what you're looking for, on paper, the Pico 4 is a far superior device. And on the same note, I've heard that the Pico 4 AR pass-through actually looks way better than the Quest Pro. And I will confirm that the Pico 4 pass-through does look great, but it's not stereoscopic, so it's definitely not ideal for augmented reality. So from here, Meta tries to legitimize this device for work environments by discussing how it works with Microsoft Office products, Adobe applications, Autodesk, and they have the Presence platform, which will make it much easier to create robust experiences. But besides an AR version of Demio, and I Expect You to Die Home Sweet Home, which wasn't even showcased today, I'm not sure what type of experiences we should expect, but they did give us a look at a pass-through version of Beat Saber. Now, from this point forward, MetaConnect wanted us to look to the future. They gave us a glimpse of everything they're working on, from scanning objects and bringing them right into VR, to finally getting legs on our avatars, and even a full avatar SDK, which would allow your Meta avatar to travel between games. Of course, we also got a little glimpse at paid clothing for your avatars, and from here, Meta even pushed things further into the future, discussing the future of AR glasses and their new interfaces. This included a wrist-based neural tracker, allowing you to navigate your augmented reality through minor gestures, and they even showed how some of these technologies could help the visually impaired. An AR system could map an environment and provide the user spoken turn-by-turn instructions. And even crazier, we got another look at their insanely realistic avatars. I mean, it went full on spooky looking at the virtual version of Mark Zuckerberg. Now, these avatars are not instant though. You would take complex scans of the person, and it would take quite some time before the avatar is ready. But their new instant avatar system tries to be the best of both worlds. You would quickly scan your face for a minute or two, then after a short period, you would be ready to use your realistic, but not perfect avatar. While it doesn't trigger the uncanny valley, it does give off a feel like a deepfake. Overall, it's definitely good enough and leaps ahead of what we're using right now, but that's exactly the case. We're not going to see these avatars in place anytime soon. So MetaConnect has now become this glimpse into the future, hype train, shareholder appeasing presentation that no longer truly appeals to the gamers out there. And that's the topic I want to finish on, the fact that MetaConnect is no longer really for us. While I may be coming off as pessimistic, that's not the case. I think there's so many applications for VR and it will change the world, but right now I just want to have some fun and see some new games. Luckily, Meta has added the gaming showcase for us, and this is where we'll get the information we're really looking for. Now, that was today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any additional questions, please let me know down in the comments. I will answer you. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Okay, I'll see you guys on next time.